Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer.
Ah, yeah! Is this thing on? Yes. This is the ticket. 93.7 on the black shirt, and it's me and Bob. The captain's gonna get here when he get here, and we don't see him right now, but it's me and Bob.
There's no captain on the ship.
Yeah. So it's what he call Wednesday meltdown or whatever it is.
Wacky wins, I don't know.
We're just gonna do something different today. We're gonna talk about college football. We're gonna go around the world talking about college football and some of the news that me and Bach wanted to discuss. And we got some SEC talk. We got some Dylan Riola talk. We got some Big Ten talk. So, but how's your day, Bach?
Oh, not too bad of a start. We're waiting for this impending snow, and you're always told it's going to be a big snowstorm, and then you get flurries. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do hate snow. So I guess I'll be miserable.
Well, I'm happy today, man. Call of Duty drops at 12 o'clock. Not drops, but the second season.
Yeah,
will be finished loading.
You got to download it. Yeah.
Oh, it's downloading already.
Yeah.
I'm just ready. I'm planning on just sitting at home all day and just going after the bad guys.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's talk. All right, here we go. Like Nick said earlier, I heard him say it. Mike Bobo replaces Mark Munkin. Georgia fans upset. What do you think about Mike Bobo?
Well, it's interesting. He's been the offensive coordinator, I believe, there before. He's been a head coach at Colorado State. Now, when you combine the staff all together, you got a lot of head coaching experience there, because remember, Will Muschamp is the co-defensive coordinator. He's had his runs through the SEC at, two stops in Florida and South Carolina. Mike Bobo was coach at Colorado State. I think it's Todd Monken did a great job there. I think you could say it's a loss. Kirby Smart, a defensive-minded head coach, obviously. It's not a sure thing that this thing's just going to keep rolling as smoothly as it was. Now, of course, you lose Stetson Bennett as well. It's going to be a new offense, a new look, but it's Georgia football. I mean, I think Kirby Smart has earned the right to kind of get the benefit of the doubt at this point. I think he's probably, the hottest coach in college football right now. You put him right up there with Nick Saban and now Dabo Swinney as the best coaches in college football. And, that's a sign of a good program. This happens to Alabama all the time. This happens to Ohio State all the time. These guys move on to bigger and better jobs. And for Monken, you wonder, I don't know if he's ever got head coaching interest, but if he wanted a head coaching spot in college football, that might be where he would stay, because he's been an offensive coordinator in the NFL before. But, that's that deal. Maybe that's itch you need to scratch there is I need to prove now that I've won a national championship at the college level. Can't get any higher as far as an offensive coordinator there to prove it at the NFL level once again. So it's a bit of a question mark. But again, when your offensive coordinator stepping in has head coaching experience, I think that's that shows the level of what he's been already able to rise in the industry.
Well, I think if the smart thing Bobo would do is tell Monken to leave his playbook, because Georgia ran plays that I really didn't see too many schools run things like that. Monken had a great mind of running offenses, and Georgia had a great offense. They was a strong running team, and it looked like they passed when they wanted to. Now the funny thing about Bobo is that in 1992, I played against Mike Bobo in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah, we played.
Awesome.
He went to Thomasville Central, and we played them in the playoffs. We played them in the semifinals, and we played in the quarterfinals. We beat them 50-20, but I had a sack against them. So, and it's another funny story that I got, Bach, is that I signed with Arkansas State out of high school, and so you got to think, who was the coach? Guess who was the coach?
Of Arkansas State in 1992?
1993.
1993. I
Look it up.
couldn't even
Look
guess.
it up, and
All
you're
right.
gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny.
Arkansas State, 1993, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
So I played against Mike Bobo in high school. Then I signed with Arkansas State out of high school.
John Bobo.
Yeah, that was his uncle.
Oh, okay.
So I got a little.
So you know the Bobos a little bit.
Yeah, I signed with them out of high school. I never went. I went on a visit.
Yeah.
I went on a visit, but I think I remember when Bobo got the job at Colorado State. He, a lot of coaches their way when they get on top, but he's in a system that Georgia gonna produce. I don't think it's a big drop off. I think it doesn't change a lot. I think Kirby Smart will put his foot down and say, hey, we're going to run it this way. We're going to do it this way. It's just like Nick Saban. Whenever he's ready to take over, Kirby will have probably an analyst there for him to, to step in and put his 2 cents in. But I think that, it's a good hire. So we'll see. So what does this mean for Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody off the staff that maybe he was looking forward to working with. Obviously, the offensive coordinator, but at the same time, they're still 2-time defending national champions. Again, Mike Bobo, familiar. I mean, was already on staff. So it's a chance to work with him a little bit more. Remember, he was the offensive coordinator too, from 2007 to 2014 under Georgia. That was under Mark Richt. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting too. They're kind of keeping it all in the family. Actually, Mike Bobo, and the whole staff. I mean, the main primary parts of the staff: Kirby Smart, Mike Bobo, and Will Muschamp all played on the same Georgia team in 1994. So it's kind of interesting now, and maybe later we could kind of do a Husker version of that. I don't know what team would be able to field head coaching staff at this point, but as far as Dylan goes, obviously Nebraska is going to bring him in March 25th, that visiting weekend. It's going to be a big deal with a lot of other recruits, and you kind of get that sense. You hear his top 4: Nebraska, Georgia, USC, and Oregon. And so a lot of people are viewing Georgia as kind of the team to beat. Of course, Mike Schaefer, 24/7 Sports, dropped the crystal ball for Nebraska earlier this week. So there's going to be a lot of attention around that. But to me, I think it's something. But I don't think if you're talking about 100% of what his decision to be made, maybe 1% is that he was probably excited to work with Todd Monken. But again, if he doesn't know, and he does because he's the Raiola family. If he didn't know by now, welcome to college football, where you commit, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, head coach. It can all change at the drop of a dime.
Same with me. I came here for Kevin Steele. We had a great sit down when I came to visit. Couple of more months, he was gone.
Yeah.
They put me with Coach Bo. Didn't know this guy from a can of paint. But he was a great coach. He let me play the way that I played, and he gave me some tips, and he helped me out a lot. So, I was just grateful to have, Coach Osborne always had great coaches here, but, things like that. But his dad said, this is Dylan Raiola dad said that it doesn't affect much right now because they anticipate things like this to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the Raiola family knows.
That means to me that, Mike Bobo got to really put on his great outfit to get Dylan Raiola to even look his way, probably, because I think that losing Todd Monken is probably putting another team up there at the top, and let's say that's Nebraska. You never know, USC. So things are gonna happen. We got to see how it plays out during the season, unless he's gonna wait till the season. And the funny thing about it, you said that they coming up here March.
Mm-hmm.
What's March? Is March what they call the real?
No, there's no signing. I think it's a junior day visit.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't count though, really.
I'd have to double check. They're bringing in a lot of people. I think it does count because they're bringing in this is a huge recruiting weekend, basically. And I don't know if it's particularly the case, but it looks pretty strategically, maybe to entice Dylan and let him know things are going, or you hope that, you get a few of these guys together.
Yeah, they be buddies.
Yeah,
They say, hey man, I got your number. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
Let's get here. Let's change the world.
Change Nebraska. Yeah.
So yeah.
But if you haven't seen the visitor list is very impressive for that weekend. Another 5-star rolling in defensive lineman. And if I say any of these names wrong, you get to know them once you get on the team. Williams Nwaneri, and I'm sure that's wrong, Nwaneri. But in any case, a 5-star defensive lineman, a 4-star wide receiver. I won't go through the names, but 4-star wide receiver, 4-star offensive lineman, 4-star tight end, 4-star defensive back, and Mario Buford, of course, the Buford name we know. 4-star wide receiver in the 2025 class, a 3-star in-state wide receiver Isaiah McMorris, and 3-star linebacker. So that's quite a group if you can nab a few of them. And obviously, and I've been kind of thinking about this. If you can land Dylan Raiola, obviously that's going to jettison your rankings, right? Nebraska, you think about their typical class, being 25th, you get the number 1 player in the nation, you're going to move up quite a bit. You're thinking about possibly a top 15 class, but then you start to think about, all right, what if you go land this other 5-star, or, landing Dylan really grabs the attention of all these other guys of kind of thinking, well, wait a minute, why is he going there? And I want to play with that guy. That guy's the top quarterback. That I think it just could really get a big class rolling in here for Nebraska. I said it the other day, maybe Bill Callahan era type, that 2005 class with Ndamukong Suh and all those guys, Marlon Lucky. And, some of them turned out, some of them didn't. A lot of it was a big class. A lot of them had to transfer. I don't know if you could take another big class, but that's kind of the flag bearer, I suppose, of classes, of recruiting classes. And when we think about Nebraska recruiting, and this one, it could challenge it, obviously, if you get Dylan. But I think it could have quite an effect over, bleeding over to getting a lot of these other top prospects, and they're sure making their pitch for it.
So I know we can't go back to the 90s. So when was the last time Nebraska had a top 10 recruiting class or top 5?
Yeah. Like I said, I think that you're going back to Bill Callahan.
Was he top 5?
In 2000, the 2004 class, excuse me, let me get that right. 2005 class was, and again, that was, I can go back through it. I think it was number 5. One website had it number 1. So it just kind of depends on where you look, but pretty much unanimously a top 5 class. I think ESPN hated on Nebraska for a while as far as their recruiting, so maybe not according to that poll, but if you go back over it, it was fantastic. Zach Taylor was a part of that class. I'll go back and look at the names exactly. For some reason, some of the names that didn't hit kind of pop up into my head first, like a Leon Jackson, because they had a lot of running back competition. He ended up transferring, but yeah, let me go back and look at that class just to see how stacked it was. But it was pretty much unanimously a top 5 class. I think that was pretty much the only one that's flirted with top 10 for Nebraska since then. I think Callahan had another one that was pretty close, but again, Nebraska and Bo had some years where he'd get in the top 15. Trying to think, but Nebraska's pretty much been in between 16 and 30 for most of those classes over the years, and that's why this class, could be the difference. And this, and if Matt Rule can do that, obviously the parallels to Bill Callahan are already there as a former NFL head coach that didn't work out. But you think about the level of talent that Bill Callahan brought in. He wasn't able to completely win with it, but remember, he did win a division. As we look back at the Bill Callahan era, I think it looks better now now that you've been through Mike Riley and Scott Frost than maybe it did at the time. Of course, that was their fall from grace, so you're always going to remember that as part of it. But you think about getting that Bill, and I don't know, maybe it'll be different, but if you can get that type of ranking, you think about the level of talent that was there that Bill Callahan left over for Bo Pelini. That's what really opened the door for that 2009 defense, that 2010 defense to be just so stocked. And remember, those teams had, offensively, they struggled with Zach Lee and kind of limited with what freshman Taylor Martinez could do through the air, but they were stacked at skill positions. You had, the Burkheads, the Halus, and the, eventually Amir. You had that run of running backs there. You had Quincy Enunwa and Niles Paul out at wide receiver. So I mean, that's where Nebraska needs to get back to. I mean, you have to have ballers, and Nebraska is kind of getting a little bit closer to that, right? I mean, you see Trey Palmer breaking records, Nebraska now getting second round draft picks last season, and we'll see what kind of happens with this upcoming year. But for a stretch of years there, they just didn't have all Big Ten players and weren't having a whole lot of NFL draft picks. And the comparison to that, to those 2009, 2010 teams, we were talking with the other day, Mike McNeil, talking about, there's like 7-8 players drafted off his senior season.
Was that the class Robbie and I was Marlon Lucky in that class?
Yes, Marlon Lucky.
He is one of the highest recruits that's probably we ever got at Nebraska, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just a 5-star because we didn't have that star kind of ranking like that. I just know the 95 rankings we was like number 3 or 4 or 5 or something in the nation. So that was a good class with Chris Brown, Kelsey, Amon, myself. There's a lot of guys that didn't make it, but it still was a great class. So, all right. So you want to go to break?
Yeah, we can go to break.
Take it to break, Bob.
All right, you are listening to the Captain, and the Captain will be in here in a little bit, but for right now, it is myself, Bach, and the All-American Terrell Farley. We'll be right back here for more Sports Talk at 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Hey, it's Chad with Nutrition Authority talking about Cleansing Lean. Cleansing Lean helps eliminate that dreaded bloat and water retention that many of us deal with on a day-to-day basis. Cleansing Lean is a great way to jumpstart any weight loss program. Cleansing Lean is only available at Nutrition Authority. Stop in or for store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Husker Nation, Amy Williams and Nebraska women's basketball needs you February 18th at 1 p.m. as the Huskers take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. We need your help to sell out Pinnacle Bank Arena for the first time ever. For event and ticket information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The winter storm warning will be in effect this afternoon through tomorrow morning. As snow is expected to move in late in the day, we could see accumulations overnight of 5 to 8 inches. Highs today will be around 30, but temperatures will be falling this afternoon. A low tonight expected at 14, a high tomorrow of around 27. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Power, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Oh, Captain, he's not here yet. It's just me and Bach. It's just me and Bach. Bach is downloading something for me right now, so y'all just bear with us for a minute. We got some good stuff coming up. Yeah. Bach. I'm turning this music off, Bach. This music is just terrible. It just keeps going in my ear.
There we go.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. Thank you, Bach. So, me and Bach were just watching some stuff earlier, and we just wanted to take this tape. We're gonna play it first before we even get on the conversation of who it is. So you're probably gonna know who it is pretty quick. All right, Bach.
Yeah, 1 second here as I load it up.
Okay.
Did you do the
Yeah,
this
I
deal?
think I did. I think I did.
All right,
We got to change that music.
Yeah.
And we got to make this hour dedicated to Bach and Terrell hour. So we're not even, if the captain comes on, we're just going to mute him. Mute his mic, Bach. That's what I'm going to tell you. Mute his mic. You got it ready, Bach?
Yeah.
So we want y'all to listen to this, and we're going to talk about it after it ends.
Yeah, this is from the Rich Eisen show.
The head coach of Colorado Buffaloes football.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. The comeback player of the year
Comeback
every
player.
3 years running.
You know what? I'm taking my shades off, Rich Eisen.
Thank you.
I'm not tired anymore.
Thank you. How you doing, Prime?
How you doing, sir? Everybody
Look
good?
at you in person.
Everybody's good.
Look at us. We're great. How are you?
Good. You got the crew, man.
What's up, Prime? What's up, Prime? Crew is here.
buddy. I love it.
Your
Love
favorite
it.
is TJ Mikey D, as in
Yeah.
D's Nuts. There he is over there.
That's it. That's it.
TJ and Chris.
Oh,
Deion
my
Sanders
goodness.
here, courtesy of Oikos.
I see Black Lives Matters now. I like that.
Come on.
We just got to say the truth. Everybody
Since the
thinking
last
it.
time you were on the show, Prime, you moved me from behind the
Oh, you
camera.
don't think I know that? You don't think I seen that coming?
Get out of here.
Rich loves too. Rich loves it all. Rich know how to make an adjustment. I love it. My humbleness. What's up, baby?
What's going on?
Good. Everything's good.
It
Can't
is,
complain.
right?
Everything's wonderful.
You're recruiting like crazy already?
I'm trying, and we are knocking it out of the park. Man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Colorado is, I don't travel, I don't go anywhere. That was unbelievable. I mean, just for God to take me there and to see that every day, man.
It's beautiful.
Boulder, oh my God. And I've never.
You are an outdoorsman, by the way.
Yeah, but
I
in
know
14
you,
years,
yeah.
I've never played in the snow. I never had to play in the snow.
I know.
So just seeing the snow and just going snowmobiling, it's unbelievable. It blew my mind.
You've never snowmobiled before?
I've never been in the snow like that. So it's crazy. And then it's not cold. Like 30 there is like hoodie weather. It's not cold. It's not like 30 in Texas or 30 in Dallas or 30 in, Florida.
So you can handle this cold?
Oh my God, I love it. I've adjusted my skin, my body, everything is adjusted already. Virtually no crime. It was 4 weeks before I saw police. I stopped him. Hey! Just wanted to introduce myself. Say hello.
See how things are
What's going on?
How you doing?
Popping around here.
Boulder's finest?
Oh my God. Boulder is unbelievable, man. I absolutely love it, Rich.
How quick can you build something there, do you think?
We have the blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
We just did it.
Yes.
Yeah, we plan on doing it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Pac-12 football, getting it done.
Yep.
All right.
That means we get the. I think we have 2 teams that we potentially play that. So that means you guys are going to be at one of those games.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
one of them.
I'm just checking.
Absolutely.
Now,
checking.
I'm here for whatever you need.
Yeah.
If moral support, actual real
recruiting
support
is what we need.
You tell me.
I just need you. I may just text your name every now and then. Just drop the name on the air.
Put it on
and
Twitter.
just tell the Buff fans to just go at it.
Now,
let's go.
I'm just going to remind you of what
Stop it right there, Bob. All right. Now, Deion's a smart man. I don't want to take away from Husker football, but I just like the way how smooth he is and how he just used Rich Eisen, which is a very popular guy there on TV a lot, how he used his platform to throw recruiting out there.
Yeah. I mean, this was Super Bowl weekend. He's trying to get out in front of it. And we'll see. I mean, Coach Prime, obviously, as we'll probably get the flood of text talking about, we'll talk about Nebraska football. This is related to Nebraska, of course. Nebraska taking on Colorado, and that will be the biggest game. He talked about trying to get a seat, because they're going to play some teams out in LA there, and it's. You got to feel like that's somehow. I mean, just by putting Coach Prime, this is a 1-11 team. Just by inserting Coach Prime, I think that's going to be one of the hottest tickets for not just in Boulder, but in the away games of the year, just to kind of see how it works out. Again, I don't know how much I expected to be turned around pretty quickly, but I'll tell you this, that game against Nebraska,
it's going to be the biggest game.
I mean,
probably in Colorado that year.
Yeah, I mean, because we think about from Nebraska's standpoint, that's just such a jolt to either program. Whoever wins that one, that's a banner victory. And it's again, it's weird to kind of say that with these teams with their records last season. But these are the reason why a lot of people are so interested in this too, and in the comparison with Matt Rule, is these are pretty much mostly highly regarded. I mean, the most highly regarded hires of the offseason. If you look at a lot of the coaching season like ranks for their offseason hires, it'll be Matt Rule 1, Deion 2. I'm looking at another list, Deion 1, Matt Rule 2. Now I think there's some other names you can throw. I think Luke Fickell at Wisconsin is going to be interesting.
Silent killer right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some other hires out there, but this is going to be, obviously a rivalry renewed. Colorado's got the best of Nebraska, unfortunately, in their last little 2-game set, and now. You talk about recruiting in Nebraska and the recruiting effort that they're getting, and really to make a play at Dylan Raiola, I think you're going to have to show something in year one, and it'd be a bad look to fall to Colorado.
I'm just imagining what time is that? It's not been a kickoff yet for that game, because I guarantee you that's going to be the 3:30 game. It's going to be on TV. It should surprise. It shouldn't even be on FX, whatever they be on. That should be like primetime ABC, CBS right there. And the thing about this I'm talking about with, this is going to be a big game, and I think it's going to be big because it's going to be recruiting bragging rights right there. We come in their backyard, they come in our backyard. So I know the thing for us to do is we have to beat them, because do they rush the field if they win, Bob? First victory at home for Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would. Maybe even rush Ralphie out there.
I can tell you what. If you plan on going to that game, you better have your fighting gloves on and your helmet and whatever you want to go to war with, because just by me going to Colorado in 95 and 96, just listening to they fans, that is a terrible place.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be they're gonna be rowdy.
They'll be riled up.
I think they're gonna be ready to rock, and for us, they know that we got a new coach, and I don't know if our players ever been in a type of situation like that with a feisty crowd, or a relentless crowd, a crowd that drinks the whole game and cusses you out. So that's going to be a great game. Hopefully, I want to be there. I want to be in Colorado that day of that game. I want to be on the Nebraska side with my Nebraska gear on. I just think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be better when everybody thinks it's going to be. I mean, I know the last time we thought we was going to walk in there when what's his name, what I call him, Booker T was the coach.
Yeah.
And look what happened that game. So, a lot of things can change in college football. You can see how TCU, how they went from 1 year to undefeated. So, things happen. So I think it's going to be a great game, and, we're just going to let the hype build up itself. And so that's why I like to just play stuff like that. Just to see how he does things compared to how we do things. And, we do it the classy way. Nebraska is a first class institution. We follow the rules, I must say, but Coach Osborne had that trend where he never was the flashy one, never was the outspoken one. He let all the people just do the talk he wanted to. So that's a good thing that, Matt Rule is just, playing his side and how he playing. He probably got a good poker face. So, it's going to be very good game to see September 9th, ain't it?
Yeah, and we already heard from Matt Rule. Again, not taking a shot, I don't think, Deion Sanders, just showing their difference in approach. Basically, it's not talking about a team meeting. There's going to be no cameras around. It's going to be just the players. He doesn't want that outside distraction. Meanwhile, Deion, like we said, out there in Super Bowl weekend, trying to get his recruiting, talk out there, and the complete opposite. And I think, like you said, there's just kind of a way to do things at different places. And Matt Rule has almost talk about winning the offseason. All the assistant coaches, everything, they're all saying the right things. I mean, they're figuring out, and they knew, like, maybe they had to know coming in, or at least learn to listen, and they've done things the Nebraska way so far. Colorado, that's a different culture. You can go out there and do it a little bit different, and Deion certainly is doing that right now. I look at the ticket prices right now for that. If you're interested, for Colorado, Nebraska, $282. That's the get-in price. That's probably not a very good seat, but that's what you're gonna have to pay to get into Boulder.
What?
At this point, unless you know a buddy or something.
What did you say again?
$282 for a one ticket. Try taking your family of 5 there. See how.
Oh man! All right, Ticketland. I need everybody to get me $282 up so I can go to the game.
Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe.
I'm not paying for gas. I guess I'm gonna catch the train up there and I'm gonna do something. But yeah, hey man, like I said, man, it's gonna be very interesting to see that game and how it unfolds. I know, like I said, I mean, Colorado and Nebraska are different. They've been different for years. I mean, they are originators of the Big 8 conference. They went back and forth in the early 90s against each other. They got a Buffalo. We got Herbie. So, you expect it to be different. They had who they had. They had Rick Neuhauser. We had, Tom Osborne. It's just, that's what I'm saying. You want class versus, kiss ass or however you want it to be. But, I think just, I'm ready for the season to start, and we'll see how things go.
Yeah, it's. I think the build up for that game is going to be crazy. I'm thinking about. I think I want to go to that game too. We're going to have somebody sit back here and man the station at the ticket, because I think it's just about everybody is going to want to go. But that's the type of build up you have, and you also wonder too, because that ticket price isn't just high because Colorado fans really want to see the first or Deion Sanders game. Remember, Nebraska went to Boulder last year in the stadium, or last time they went out, the stadium was red. again, Nebraska ended up losing the game, as we all know, after a big halftime lead. Probably that halftime was probably the peak of the Scott Frost era because they were up by so much. And they, yeah, this is how you do it. But then, of course, it turned around. They ended up losing in overtime. But that's the buildup. And the crazy thing is, I don't know. I don't know if it's great to start a year. I don't think they want to do this every year. And of course, they've had their week 0 lumps the last couple of years. Talking about, taking on a pretty good opponent out of the gates. This is 2 of them. Talk about getting hyped up for the season. How could you not when you start with PJ Fleck and Deion Sanders? 2 guys, again, Deion maybe not so personal now, but just Colorado in general. 2 teams, 2 games. Nebraska fans really, really want to stick it to them. I know a lot of people are getting tired of PJ Fleck. They got 9 wins up there. You got to go on the road to go take on that team. So you can't overlook Minnesota, obviously, because that's a heck of a team and going to be a player in the Big Ten West next year. So, in a way, that game's more important because of the conference standings. But if you talk about maybe even splitting those games. If you start 2-0, my God, this place is going to go crazy. But even splitting those games, I think you're going to get quite a bit of excitement and fanfare for the start of the Matt Rule era, which is desperately needed. I mean, especially if you look at the way that he's started off his tenures again at other places. Not that way, right? Bad seasons, kind of establishing what he needed to do there for the long term, not necessarily winning in year 1. As he has stated, as many would say, those stops at Temple and Baylor had their own obstacles, which would make it more difficult. But talk about a thud if they start 0-2, that'll take a lot of wind out of their sails. Just winning one of those. And this place would be going crazy. So, there's going to be quite a contrast of that there. And remember, too, Scott Frost starting 0-6. I don't know if they ever got back up from that.
Yeah, but my thing is, if we win the first 2, then this place is going to go crazy. So, and like I said, Minnesota's going to be tough to play the first game of the season. It doesn't get no tougher than that. And they done had our numbers for the last couple of years. And then you had Colorado. So the first thing you don't want to do, you don't want to go 0-2. And people can say this, however they want, but I think Nebraska got pieces to win next year. I think we got athletes. Like if you see, you got guys that win in the second round of the draft. They're not selfish players, but you got Cam Jurgensen playing for a Super Bowl. Played for a Super Bowl. You had Cam Britt Taylor. He started basically.
Oh yeah.
So the talent is at Nebraska. You just put the pieces to it. This is not a start over team. This is not with 4 running backs coming back, not with 15 DBs coming back. You only got a few positions that you got to fix, and one is offensive line. So we hope we can get that strong. Running back room's already filled. You got another quarterback, but you still have a good quarterback. So the thing is, you got to just put the pieces together. You didn't get that burner we wanted, and I'm talking about. I don't expect the freshmen to come out there and do too much.
Yeah.
I know that. It's only exceptional ones that really comes out and does it like this. And I just say, if these guys don't go through spring ball, they're not going to be able to do it catching the offense on in 2 weeks. It's just, that's how football goes. So, we're just going to have to see how it goes. And this is a great team, I think. I just change it up, get some right players in the right position. You got to bench some people.
Yeah.
You got to get some fast guys in there. You got to make some strong safeties, some linebackers. So that's what you're probably going to have to do. So let's do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of change, a lot of adjustment, and we'll see a lot of the competition in the spring because as we've noted, there's a few guys that aren't going to make it on as far as the scholarship list goes. So going to be very interesting. I think we could do a segment like this every day, get pumped up for Colorado and Minnesota. September can't come fast enough for some more Husker football. All right, let's take a quick break here on The Captain. I'm with the All-American, Terrell Farley. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park, February 21st and 22nd, or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center, March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Life-changing research doesn't just take place in outer space. It's also happening right here in Nebraska, and you could play a key role. Solarion, one of the world's leading clinical research organizations, needs healthy adults who are 19 years old and older for a research opportunity. If you qualify, you could earn up to $500 a day for time and travel. Overnight stays may be required. To learn more, call Solarion at 866-213-2965 or visit helpresearch.com/500.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
Max 10 for men. Bye-bye golfer lines and t-shirt 10s. Take it to the max at Max 10. Get a 30-day pass, just $25. With stand-ups and laydowns for men of stature. Be a Max 10 man. Get 30 days for just $25 now at all 4 Lincoln Max 10 locations.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
4th and 1 is what?
4th and 1 is just a sense of urgency and a sense of preparation, which means 4th and 1 is really important. Have you prepared to be in 4th and 1? Yeah. So that was a heavy Ed Ogeron. That was a heavy Urban Meyer. Like that. It was. It was 4th and 1 every day.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 97 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Ticket 93.7 on the Black Shirt, Terrell Farley, and I'm with
Bach.
All right, and we just, Captain probably be in 15 minutes or so, so me and Bach is just laying it down today. Now, Bach, I read something that the SEC made $721 million in revenue for last year and gave each school $50 million apiece. What you think the Big Ten did?
Well, the Big Ten has the biggest contract, I believe, so hopefully a little bit more.
54.2.
A little extra money laying around.
Oh, yeah, a little
Just
change.
throw that to Scott Frost for 2 weeks. Maybe that played into it. I don't know.
All right.
But that is interesting. We'll see. The SEC is going to, next time their contract comes up, you kind of think of, okay, the Big Ten's better then. Well, it's just kind of who's done the contract as of late. And the SEC is going to be coming up next before the Big Ten. Of course, they'll have Texas and Oklahoma in there as well. Just really unprecedented time in college sports. Again, when you kind of break it down, the season, still kind of plays out as college football as we love it. It's going to change. You're going to have 12-team playoff here in a couple of years. You're obviously this is kind of the last year. I mean, there's no year that it is like yesteryear, right? There's already been a lot of changes. Nebraska fans probably haven't adjusted still completely to playing in the Big Ten as opposed to the Big 8 or the Big 12 in those teams, at least, making road trips. It's an adjustment. So, but this is kind of the last year without USC, UCLA in the Big Ten, without Texas, Oklahoma in the SEC, without the 12-team playoff. 2025, it's going to be a whole different animal. It's going to look a lot different.
So what did that do? That gives the SEC 16 teams because they got 14. So man, do you ever think it'll get to 20 teams in one conference?
That's what we're gonna wonder until it happens. I mean, I think eventually it will because there's nothing left to do but expand. It's not like they're gonna cut teams out. So I don't know when it will happen. I don't know. I think they're gonna play around with this 12-team structure probably for a few years. But really, I still kind of look at it as it's pretty much up to Notre Dame. If Notre Dame jumps and they decide, hey, we don't want to be independent anymore, we'll sign in with the Big Ten, we'll sign in with the SEC. And right now they've got their kind of structure with the ACC. Perhaps they could save the ACC.
I don't know. I think the ACC is about to collapse. It's not after Clemson and that's it. I mean, who else they have really that's
Florida State and Miami.
I mean, yeah, but Miami gets the better recruits than we get. They talk all year about we this, we that, we the you, and they have the same record as Nebraska.
They didn't have a great start.
They get 5-star. They get several 5 stars a year, just to go there, and then they're not even producing like they should. Now the thing about Florida State is that they're going to be good.
They're back. They're maybe back.
I think they can be a top 10 team. I wouldn't put them in the top 5 yet, but they're getting very close there. Even with the transfer people they got and with the recruits they coming in, and that coach being able to, because he got a new contract now, he's making $8 million a year. And the thing about Florida State, kids want to go to Florida State. That's that weather down there. I mean, if I had a choice really, really, really out of high school, I don't know. I probably went with the Florida State of Florida because, just the weather, how they was playing, because you don't hear really too much about Nebraska up down there, but now it's getting down there a lot. But you still have to pull those kids from down south, the good ones. I mean, they're great. I mean, the great ones. We get the good ones. But the great ones, it's kind of hard to pull those kids out of there. And Florida State got a good job of leaving them there. So, that's a good thing to.
That's interesting that you bring it up because, one of the big narratives, of course, of the late 90s and the switch, why Nebraska was able to jump up and finally beat those Florida State, Miami, Florida teams that were beating them in the, not so much Florida, but in the bowl games there in the late 80s and early 90s was the team speed that they were able to bring from around the nation. And you're a perfect example of that. A guy that was, not necessarily in their backyard, but in that region. Did you never get offers from those teams? Was there a consideration to go to Florida State, Florida, Miami?
Well, I really didn't know I could go. I mean, I really didn't think about football too much like that. Not till
as a high schooler.
Yeah, not too much probably about my 6th or 7th game. I probably knew I was going to college. Didn't know where, but I really just basically thought it was going to be somewhere like Albany State or Fort Valley, just a local, school back in Georgia, just a little 2A school. I didn't really know I can play like that, until, playoffs and things like that. Then other people come talk to me. But, Coach Osborne, he had to change. I think probably like in '94, he had to change it up, getting the smaller guys because, we lost to Florida State the year before that. Then we beat Miami, which was a speed team. Then we come back and beat Florida, which was a speed team. And then you beat another team out of the SEC. And, Tennessee is known for speed. They had, except Peyton Manning, he could not run nobody. But,
well, what he lacks in speed, he makes up for in everything else.
Yeah, and throwing and
Oh,
being a leader and just learning how to drive. But Nebraska had his number that game, and things happen. And that's the thing we got to get back at Nebraska. We got to get the fast players, the hard nosed fast players. Get the guys that fit this university, who wants to come here and help change this thing around. If that's Dylan Raiola, then he needs to. That's the thing about this. If you're gonna come, I wish I could just get a commitment and make you sign it then.
Yeah.
So, but it's just.
Well, in that case, he might be stuck at Ohio State.
Yeah,
That's where he originally wanted to go.
So it's just things like that. I mean, college football just it changes from year to year. You just don't know who's gonna. We always say, "Oh, this team is gonna be number 2." Then they end up not even ranked in the top 25 at the end of the year.
Yeah,
So
especially last year.
You got teams that's not even ranked and they end up number 4 or 5. And so it's just college football. It's different every year. And that's what makes the game good, because I like to see different teams there every year. I like to go for the underdog. I just like college football in general, whether I know I love Nebraska, but watching football all day on a Saturday is just, a dream I wish can go for 12 months straight.
I don't disagree with you there.
I vote they keep college football 12 months out of the year. Year-long sport. That's it. That's it. We're going to let you play 100 games, and at the end of the season, we're going to see who records the best. And yeah. So we might play Colorado 5 times.
5-game series.
Yeah, 5-game series.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, as much as, the Super Bowl just ends up the NFL season, and I like the NFL, but I'm a college football guy first, and we're going to have the USFL. We're going to have the XFL starting up as soon as this week. Big NBA guy, All-Star Weekend's coming up, but there is nothing like college football Saturday. I mean, it is those are the days that I long for, but they'll be here soon enough.
Yeah, the good thing is you got XFL coming. You got the other USL coming. So, you're going to have a chance to watch football. I don't know if you really going to get into it like the NFL, because, I can watch Canadian football because I played it. So I know the rules and I know, the thing that goes on. But I remember when the XFL first came on and they had 2 guys spotted and they ran and he hit me and what's that? That guy right there. So, you don't know what you're going to get right now. So when did they kick off?
The XFL starts this weekend.
All right.
Yeah. Which I was thinking, and I'm kind of going in between. I think it's really great marketing, right? Or at least starting the week after the Super Bowl. You don't have to wait for football. So football, you're getting that hard-nosed football crowd in there. But it is NBA All-Star Weekend. Now the dunk contests are nothing to really look at, but I mean, it is, so it's interesting timing to start. You always kind of think about that if you're booking an event, and obviously if you're the XFL, you're not going to be able to compete with, certainly obviously the NFL, or nobody can compete with the NFL, but I'm interested in that and to see if, how much it takes off. The USFL kind of mixed results last year. I mean,
I didn't really like that because I don't know nobody out there.
Right, that's the problem.
And that's the thing. If it ain't Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts back there, I might look and say, hey, that guy's fast. Who is he?
Yeah.
Then you don't know him. So you sit there and watch these guys, then you get sleepy. So I know if I sit there and watch it long enough and I don't know nobody's name, I'll just close my eyes and it's a follow game.
Well, a lot of it too is the connection that you have, and obviously, Nebraska fans growing up in Nebraska, or whether you went to the university or you remember all these games with the startup teams. I know they have some. If you're a big USFL fan in the '80s, maybe you really have a connection there. But I mean, a lot of these brands are just kind of starting from scratch. Some of the players, there's some extra Nebraska players in these leagues. I think that can kind of help. But I've said for a long time, you need to get, like you said, recognizable names. You can't you can't. I don't know how well you're going to do with, just Joe Schmo at quarterback. If you can get Johnny Manziel, if you can convince Tim Tebow, Terrell Owens still wants to play, maybe get Herschel Walker away from
I'll
the
go
politics.
I'll go out there if they give me
get Terrell Farley
100,000 for 3 months, 100,000. I'm out there.
Oh,
I'll play. I might be like Bobby Boucher, all out there ready. Just I can still be DJ and running though. I bet you that, Bob.
Well, and even that, I mean, it's a silly idea, but maybe even, bring in a celebrity to return a kick or something. I mean, I don't know, but you need something that's, hey, this is the brand name. This is the guy that you're going to want to watch. Tune in this Saturday. If it's just like Fox was doing with the Super Bowl, it's like, this is real football. You can tell Michael Strahan will tell you. And it's like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know these players. We don't have connections with them. But that's the difficult of a startup league. That's the difficult of, starting a company. You don't have that brand recognition.
I don't know. It's just like the G League. I don't know why these kids will forego college just to go to the G League. I know the G League pays, but colleges are paying. I would think you would want an education over, just going to the G League. But these kids don't think like that, and that's the way that just shows you how greedy the sport is for these kids to not even go to college just to go play basketball in the G League. So
yeah, well, money talks. So there's always that. We do have the captain about to make his arrival here on the captain. So we'll do that coming up next. He really is here. He's ready to roll.
What?
Yeah. So he will be back here at the other end of this break. The captain, 3-time national champion, Rashawn Jackson, the All-American, Terrell Farley, and myself, Buck. We'll be back with more Sports Talk on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Husker Nation, Amy Williams and Nebraska women's basketball needs you February 18th at 1 p.m. as the Huskers take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. We need your help to sell out Pinnacle Bank Arena for the first time ever. For event and ticket information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors today, just north of 48th and Lake.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppell Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer.
Ah, yeah!
Welcome back, Carter.
Yes. Are you guys waiting on me to speak?
Welcome back.
Yeah, you're making the big return.
Welcome
Guys,
back.
I wasn't gone long, man.
Yeah, but we still miss you.
Oh, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Hey, I walk in here, I say, hey, Bach, where BJ at? And then they say, I said, 45 minutes. I said, oh, my God.
No.
I still have no phone.
At least he knew exactly where I was at.
Okay.
At least I didn't no call, no show. You guys were looking for the captain.
Oh, the captain always
sending all types of sending all types of APBs trying to look for the captain.
I want you to send an SOS. Go outside and make a fire and do some smoke, and I'll send it back and do a thumbs up to you. You know, just, I'm good.
Sir, we are not in the backwoods of Georgia. That don't work in Nebraska.
Okay, I'll send a pigeon to you, tied to his foot, and let him fly to you.
We not in the slums of New York. That don't work. You ain't. When was the last time you saw a pigeon flying in this month?
A geese.
Yeah, and you see him up in the air.
How about I just throw some corn your way? And
there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
What's gonna eat the corn?
I'm gonna ship it to you.
There's enough foxes around here. You can just
I run it.
Put it on a fox.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just say you miss me? How about that? Just say, you know what, Captain? We miss you, buddy. We miss the captain.
All right, we missed the captain.
Terrell, like I always say, with friends like y'all, who need enemies?
Oh boy.
Oh, well, we were talking in the as we kind of catch up on what we kind of were talking about. Of course, we brought up Minnesota, Colorado. I know you're looking forward to the spring game, but just talking about those games, the excitement of college football. I think Terrell's just made me miss college football more. He's talking about waking up on a Saturday, watching a whole slate of games, and man, it is something that we're going to miss here. But yeah, I mean, we also one thing that I thought might be interesting because we talked about Georgia and their new offensive coordinator. Because Todd Monken left for the NFL, so they hired Mike Bobo, who was already on staff, a former Colorado State head coach, former Georgia high school football player, actually that Charles Farley got a lick on. But ultimately, it's so now it's Kirby Smart as the head coach, the Mike Bobo as offensive coordinator, and Will Muschamp as the defensive coordinator, all of whom played on Georgia's team in 1994. So maybe we can put together an all-star cast of Husker football players on maybe one of your teams. Unfortunately, Scott Frost might have to be the offensive coordinator instead of the head coach.
Whatever.
Boy.
Whatever. Hey, you know what you sound? Hey, Bach, you know what you just sound like saying all that stuff? Wah 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 wah.
But yeah, we also had a clip of Deion Sanders on the Rich Eisen show, and the guy asked Deion, "What?
Nobody care about no Deion Sanders."
Man, just stop it. It was leading up to a good conversation we had. See, don't come in here with the bully stuff, okay, man?
I'm sorry.
If I could throw a punch through the screen, man, I would.
Sorry, Terrell. Go ahead.
Thank
what
you,
was you talking about? I was supposed to know my role, and I didn't. I messed up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're late, sir. We're not muting today, sir. Okay.
You're right. No, you guys. Hey, listen. You guys got full autonomy to mute me today.
Oh, not yet, Bob.
Not yet.
Yeah, hey, listen. Hey, and now here, let me just put a rule to this. You have to do it in the right spot.
Yeah.
If you don't say mute his mic and you don't do it in the right spot, you'll never get it again.
All right. So the thing with Deion Sanders, he used a Super Bowl platform to really help boost Colorado's recruiting and profile. You know, he was on the Rich Eisen show, which is a good guy on the NFL Network, and I think they did a little sit down show for the Super Bowl, and he asked Deion, like, Deion, is there anything I can do for you? You know, I'm here for you emotionally, physically. He said, what can I do for you? He said, help me recruit. So he got on this, you know, he used that platform to help boost his style, and just like I say, man, I like that kind of style. And I said, now that Nebraska, we don't do that because we are old fashioned way. We do it the Tom Osborne way. If a kid want to come here, they want to come here. If they don't, they don't. So, but you know, I was just saying, you know, we was explaining how the difference was between Deion and Rule, and we led up to talking about the game, and Bach said the tickets was how much, Bach?
$285 is the get-in price. You'd be sitting in the back row for that price.
VJ, can I wash some cars at your car lot for $285?
Yeah, you gotta wash a lot of cars though, buddy.
Okay. Hey, 10
you better get going right now.
Oh man. But that's
I don't listen. Don't nobody care about no Deion.
Oh Lord, here we go. Now did he probably want his mic muted?
Oh, that's probably what he's trying to do.
No, but we're not gonna say no. You know, that wasn't. I wish we can go back about a week or two ago. How about?
Yeah, don't let the no Deion bullies in the text line get to you. Deion's relevant.
I haven't even looked at. Wait, I haven't even looked at the text line.
Oh, okay.
Are they talking stuff?
Well, VJ says preach, or Chase, excuse me, says preach VJ, no Deion. I just don't understand. I mean, I get people maybe getting frustrated or, you know, just kind of hating Colorado or whatever, but it's very relevant. Again, I said it. These are the top two hires in college football's offseason. In 5 years, 10 years, whatever, when we look back at the year 2023 and the coaching hires that were made, those rankings, most of them have Matt Rule number 1, Deion Sanders number 2, or Deion Sanders number 1, Matt Rule number 2. So the competition is not just this game that you're going to have in September. It's going to be long term. Who can build the program? Who can bring it back? And you know, maybe as a lot of people expect Deion, as soon as he gets Colorado running, to jump again. There are concerns for people with Matt Rule in the same case because he hasn't stayed anywhere for too long. So you know, there are similarities here. The rivalry.
Matt Rule ain't going nowhere, man. Stop with
all
that.
Right.
Matt Rule signed an 8-year deal, bro. He trying to retire at Nebraska. If he's smart and he wants to be legendary, to be able to take us back to from obscurity to even being halfway relevant again. Because the only reason why we're relevant is that that decade that some people seem to think never happened. That we don't know what we're talking about. We're just reliving the past, all that type of stuff. That happened. That time, it happened in our dreams, but it happened. A lot of people's dreams, right? Terrell, it happened, right, in your dreams.
I don't know, man. I told Bach we just go to. I think I was born in 2000.
Listen, there's a linebacker in Louisiana. I don't know exactly where, but I'm gonna find him before this show is up. He is
the big
monster. Yeah.
Big guy. Ooh, boy, I seen him. I seen his
like,
time.
Is that real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
and he has no offers.
What?
And they said he had no offers. He wasn't getting recruited by any big schools.
He does now, dude. We'll get his name. I think we need to make sure that we get that to Coach Rule. I'm just about to start tweeting at Coach Rule. You know what? Forget it.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
You can't. Nobody can stop me. I go straight to the head coach. Tell him how I feel. At Coach Rule. Now, the reason why I'm saying this whole Deion Sanders thing is listen. All respect due to Deion. I got nothing but respect for Deion as a coach, as a man, as a player, as a dad. Nothing but respect for Deion. He is, and mark my words, if Deion stays at Colorado, he will win a national championship in the next 10 years. If he stays. I will say the same as Rule. Because how prestigious the college is. Now, with that being said, bruh, I'm going to let you keep talking because it makes for good bantering. But don't nobody give a game about no doggone Deion Sanders, bruh. You don't go up there and kick Deion Sanders in the mouth.
Trying to get some likes, Bob. He won't want to. Hey, somebody get a captain a thumbs
Listen,
up
man,
on YouTube. Give him a thumbs up on YouTube.
Listen, if you don't believe, then how in the hen house can anybody else?
It's called football, VJ. Anybody can win any day.
Well, that's your mentality.
I'm a Husker.
You must have forgot where you come from.
No.
You
Where
did.
Come from Columbus,
last time I checked, besides going to JUCO, you came from Nebraska football.
Mm-hmm. But
when have you ever went into a game or a situation doubting yourself?
Never. And that's what these kids need to learn. That never say never. Well, now you're gonna go in Colorado. You're gonna go in a hostile environment. And I hope these kids done been to a hostile environment like that in the Big Ten. Because I guarantee you this: Colorado fans ain't gonna take it easy on you.
Well, I mean that's a given. We just had Amon Green on yesterday who said he took the first pitch. Matter of fact, you brought it up. Who said
he shut the crowd up? Now we got to shut the crowd up.
Who said he took the first pitch to the house? You brought it up.
I did, and I liked it but that still was a tough game to probably, fourth quarter? Shoot, they had Ray Caruth. He could break anytime he wanted to. You know, we kept him in check.
The dumb button box. I got him juiced up. You missed it, Doc. Bach, you hear it? You missed it. Anyway. That's okay. My bad. I'm mad. I should have. The show must goes on. Black sir. So anyway, I'm just simply telling you, as much as you can hang on Deion Sanders, dingleberries and jock strap. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh, Bach, he missed. Excuse me, sir. That wasn't the conversation that me and Bach had. Now, the conversation was, I said, I'm a Nebraska Husker, so I'm going to be at that game with my Nebraska gear on, hoping that we get a win. And just like I said, I'm a fan.
Did you say hoping?
I'm a fan of college football. It means I don't care who wins, long as I'm watching.
But
I'm a fan of any game they play. That can come from South Dakota State to Bethune-Cookman. If I can watch a good game on TV, I'm a fan of college football.
But whether you a fan or not.
Yeah, I'm an ex-player, but I'm now I turn into a fan. You can't take away the fan side of me.
You said a 4-letter word, buddy, which should not go. It's been hand in hand with this football program for the last 15 years. You know what it was? I'll say, now, I'm sorry, 10 years. I'm skipping over Bo because Bo didn't happen either. So I'm going straight to Callahan. The last 15 years around here in Nebraska football, they've been doing that stupid 4-letter word that you just said.
What 4-letter word was that, Bob?
You don't remember?
A fan of what? College football?
Now I'm gonna need you to get.
Hope.
I'm gonna need you.
Hope.
Bach.
Yep.
Bach, help this man. Do you know what 4-letter word he just said?
I don't know what 4-letter word he said. I didn't have to dump it.
He said hope.
Hope.
Well, I'm gonna wear my Husker stuff, but I hope we win.
But as a fan, can you really help it? I mean, as a Nebraska fan, that's kind of where you're left over the last several years.
Bruh,
Hope. Do you believe?
It's on fan day. Listen to me.
You don't have to
Listen
say
to
Nebraska, Bob. You just say fan of college football. Like the people that drank Dr. Pepper. What was that? Fanville.
Fanville, yeah.
Yeah, that's what what this is. I'm a fan of every game.
On fan day. What day does that mean? What does fan day mean?
I don't know. I have never been to one.
You were there when you signed autographs.
Yeah, 1996.
Yeah.
1995.
Hey. Y'all remember this player? He hate me.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that player? He hate me.
Yeah, you played with him, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I would have played with him, but I went back and got my degree instead.
Hey, we was talking about football. See, this is what we did. We talked about football so much, how we are fan of football. Then we talked about the XFL, that it comes out this weekend. And I was like, man, I wonder if they're going to do that thing where he hates me when they just line people up at one end and make them come to the ball.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm still on this hope thing. Because you over there hoping, Black Shirt, and we don't need no more hope. See, hope without deeds is dead. You can't be hoping that I can't hope that I can run the 400 in 90 seconds and not get my butt on the treadmill, run a 400, do some push-ups, sit-ups, or something. Right?
DJ, look, man, don't run, dude. We're gonna give you a pass. All right.
What?
We're gonna give you a pass.
You know what passes? You know what passes is for, right? Put the rest of it in there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, here's what I'm telling you, Buster. Now, this Deion Sanders is going down. And fans, here's what I'm saying about Fan Day. When you go to Fan Day, you should be so excited. And you should be giving the guys high fives and saying, we about to beat everybody. You know why, Bob?
Why?
Because winning is infectious.
I was going to say something. I was going to say, never mind. Go ahead.
Don't get scared now, Black Shirt.
Oh,
look,
I see what you're doing, but
what am I doing?
I don't know where you're coming from, but I'm a fan of college football. You want me to say a fan of Nebraska Cornhusker? No, I'm an ex-player, but I love college football. I just like I said earlier.
Oh, you love Nebraska football. Say it with me.
I do, and things not going right, so I have to watch everything else. Are you gonna sit there and watch
Nebraska football, Terrell?
I always say that, VJ. That's not a problem, VJ.
Well,
I love
it. Say it on live here.
I also love competition where I like to see the top teams play each other, where I won't turn my eye off a game. I'm not going to sit here and watch a game, and every game it goes away and it gets worse and worse. So that's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to entertain myself with great football. Now, if I have to go back and forth to watch Nebraska, that's what's going to happen. But till we start winning,
what are you talking about? Back and forth what?
That's
and
what
where?
I do. That's what I do when I'm at home. I go back and forth, click and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, Nebraska losing. Let me go back.
We're not talking about that right now. That's what I'm saying. See, Bach. See, we call that passing the buck. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little game, Bach. $1 million worth of game for free, Bach. We call what he just did passing the buck. He never assumed responsibility for what we were talking about. And what we were talking about was Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Off the text line, I thought it was pretty good. Talking about fearing going up to Boulder. 5166 says 1986 got hit in the head with a beer bottle at Folsom Field. Real eye opener for a 15-year-old kid.
See,
that's the environment you got to go into. You better, we better be prepared. Now, Nebraska fans too took over Folsom Field last time they went, so I'm interested to see how much red's going to be in that stadium.
No, buddy. Listen. We better be prepared for this. Okay? Deion Sanders, I love the fact that I love Deion too, just like Terrell does, okay, by the way. All right? I love him as a player. I love some of the stuff that he does that's outside the box that people's not they're not used to. So a lot of times when you're not used to something, you talk stuff about it, right? Oh. I'm not talking stuff about Deion Sanders, the guy, the coach, the player. I'm talking about the Colorado Buffaloes when we got to go up there at the second game of the season. And I'm saying ain't no hope as fans, players, former coaches, haters. We need all the energy to beat the Colorado Buffaloes. And we're going to need the black shirt to be the number one guy in leading the cavalry.
Oh, man, I still can't wait for that game.
Yeah, like I said, man, it's just VJ, I haven't played football in 30 years, man. And I'm just such a big fan of college football. Just listening to the old Keith Jacksons, man, and the way they hype college football up today, and they only show the best on football at night, So, when we start getting those night games that be on TV, I want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like the Miami game we had, about a couple of years ago at night when they got the scrapping over on the field for a little while. Them the games I like to see. We having too many 2:00 games.
Listen, you better understand. This is to the University of Nebraska and the Husker football program from the 3-time national champion. You better understand where you're going. You better understand the disrespect that the fans have had to go through. See, I heard more than just those stories. I heard the stories of people coming back after the game, after us winning, and their tires are slashed. Mm-hmm. I heard the stories that their cars are spray painted. I'm not telling you to do no stupid stuff. I'm telling you to get behind the team and give them the energy in order to beat Colorado, because in order to be a rivalry, it's got to be a little hatred, brother. Okay?
Are we taking the camper?
What?
Are we taking the camper?
93.7. Listen, you can sign, seal it, and deliver it. We're going to do the 93.7 the ticket camper road trip to Colorado.
Oh.
What?
You have a camper? Is that what you're saying? Are we taking your camper? Oh, man, there we go. We better save our $300.
Oh, the little Husker maniacs. Only a couple can win the trip with me and the black shirt and whoever other Huskers we have on the trip. But I'm telling you now that myself, the black shirt, we ain't going to be talking to referees. We're going to be talking to the fans, baby.
Who talking to? What you talking about, VJ?
Listen.
We're gonna
man.
save that story for another day.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. See, I always be, I love my black shirt brother, but sometimes the black shirts can be a little reckless.
Yeah, we get a little PI every time, a little personal foul. You know how we always that comes with the territory. Sometimes.
Yes, they can get a little, and then somebody bought. The reason why I was a captain was because I was like those guys where I get a little wiry, but I was able to reel the other guys back in. Hey guys, hey, that's not what you want.
And of course, the famous story of Tom Osborne telling you not to retaliate here. Miami's gonna throw some punches. Don't retaliate.
Get your hands down.
Yeah,
it's gonna come at a critical moment, and if you get your hands down, and it comes at a critical moment, it's gonna help the team. Of all the people who could have put their hands down, who was it?
Christian.
We might need to play a little Christian Peter, man. Get a little Husker fever going, man. Hey, listen, I got the Kool-Aid. And it's called Husker Red Kool-Aid, baby.
VJ is back on the Kool-Aid. I thought you swore that off.
Hey, listen, you didn't ask me what kind of Kool-Aid I was on. I said I'm on the Kool-Aid. But I'm not going to let nobody, especially somebody that bleeds Husker Red, be talking about no doggone Deion Sanders on my show. Unless
football, sir.
Here, let me rephrase this. The black shirt can talk about Deion Sanders. Okay, he earned the respect to talk about a defensive guy. So I'm not talking to him. Right? But even if he talks about it, he can talk about it. But you know what? I don't have to accept it, Bach.
Hey, look, the thing was, I didn't say Colorado. I just talked about Deion Sanders.
Listen, buddy. You don't go talk about an apple pie and talk about, oh, no, take out the apples in the apple pie. Deion Sanders is Colorado. Remember, he told us he coming. He said, I'm coming.
Speaking of that,
how do you make a corn dog?
Coming to Colorado.
How do you make a corn dog then?
I don't know how you make no corn dog. I take a corn dog and step on it.
Scott says off the text line, call the equipment manager to get all the used Nebraska football helmets. We can get them all for the visitors. Here we come, Colorado.
Yeah. We need to run in the stadium.
Hey, you know what though? Wouldn't that be a statement? That's what we're gonna do. 93.7 the ticket, Colorado trip, helmet game.
Put the pads on.
Oh man, it's going to be so many beer bottles here, people outside there. Down goes VJ. Let
me know if you want to ride with the black shirt and Bach and the captain as we go to Colorado. You got to pay for it. It's not going to be free. Gas prices are going up.
All right, we better take a break.
Let's face this. We gotta call Josh Davis. We gotta call who's up there? I think
they got Gary with the suits.
Gary Michaels.
We gotta call Gary Michaels
up there.
Michaels. Listen, we gotta go up there with a real live coalition and ready to fight.
All right.
Deion Sanders.
All right, let's take it to break. 93.7, the captain is going crazy.
Play with me.
Crazy. What are you doing, Sip?
I thought the chickens could use some more light in their lives.
So you're building what exactly?
It's a motion censored switchboard. Duh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Ow! God! Ow!
Seems like a job for a professional.
Just one more wire. Yep, there you go, right there.
Don't be like Sip. Call Joe at Ambition Electric for any of your electric needs at 402-217-3415.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park February 21st and 22nd or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Meeting your goal of having a healthy diet has never been easier than with the Venue at Home Healthy Living subscription. Chef-inspired meals that are health conscious and delivered right to your door every week. All you have to do is heat and eat. We offer delicious entrees, gluten-free pastas, fresh rice bowls, soups, salads, and more. Build your own package as a subscription to receive meals every week, designed to help you meet your dietary goals. Order your custom healthy meal package today at venueathome.net.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same products you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Anderman. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Whose eyes are those? Who is that? Let me test you, Terrell Farley. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, if you're watching, whose eyes is that?
What do you see there? Let's see. Oh.
Got any
That's,
idea?
here. That's one of the Brown brothers. Now,
Ralph.
Which one?
Ralph.
Where in the heck is Ralph Brown, ladies and gentlemen? We're looking for him. Looking for my little buddy.
Yeah, he was a great commentator for a while here in Lincoln. He used to come on the show quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, Chris, all the way from Elgin Air Force Base in Florida. Susie Greenberg says VJ kind of sounding like Bob. Okay.
Okay, that's right. Get him pumped up. Huskers going 12-0. Okay.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Okay.
Okay. She said she didn't give us with the okay. She went okay. It's a new one. Okay. Tim Wolf says VJ, why all the anger? Every now and then I like to come in hot.
Blow out the candles.
Every now and then I like to let you guys out there in Ticket Country feel what it feels like when you're a Husker and you're winning championships and all of that stuff, and you got the crowds going absolutely crazy. And Bach, if he was a young commentator, would be like, oh my God, this is the best time to live my life. Like Sip was, and he went from a guy who's never played sports to a guy who loves it.
Speaking of that, about 20 minutes, I think the Chiefs championship parade will be going in Kansas City. Did you guys have like a parade that went in Lincoln, or like some sort of big celebration down O Street, or was it just at the Devaney?
These guys are something else. We didn't even go to the White House in '95. You know, it's just oh, we won it in '94. We don't care about '95.
Yeah, they didn't take you to the White House.
We did.
Maybe because it was back to back, and it was Monica Lewinsky.
That's not fair to the other guys.
Monica Lewinsky was going on. I did
Whatever.
not have sexual relations with that woman.
Who was the president then? I think who was it?
Yeah, Clinton.
It was good. We
Bill
should've went.
Clinton.
You didn't. Yeah, we didn't go. That was selfish of y'all, man.
I just told you.
That was wrong. It doesn't
Monica
matter.
Lewinsky was in the White House at that point.
That's a lie.
That was 97, I think.
Oh, was it?
Did you guys? So you didn't go in 97 or 95?
We went in.
Yeah,
97.
they went in '97. See,
97 they did go.
Selfish.
Hmm.
Selfish.
VJ just missed the trip in '97.
Oh yeah, you didn't go.
Selfish.
I
How
didn't
selfish
make that.
is that?
Missed that plane.
Didn't you tell a story where you were planning to go, you're just late?
Missed that plane.
Yeah.
I made it to the airport, but I saw at the point that I got to the airport, they let me run all the way upstairs. I saw the plane on the tarmac, and I'm like, at that point, I know it's not turning around because it's already going.
Yeah, it's gone.
He looked at it like this, man. I'm in trouble.
It was my senior year. I was in trouble, but like I was in more trouble with my grandfather more than anybody else because the guy who, and you got to think in that he was in his late 80s at that point. The guy who couldn't see allegedly saw that I wasn't there. He can't see anything, but he saw that I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, before the plane landed, right? I was getting phone calls, but I never answered because I was like, I'm going to answer. So he waits till I get to Omaha. I come to Omaha, I'm in the house, and he says, hey, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, okay, Grandpa, what's going on? He says, man, did you go to the White House? Now, I come from a family where the second that you say anything but yes or no, you're lying. Okay? You can't say anything in my family, okay? These old dudes don't play. So I couldn't. No, I didn't make it. I knew you didn't go to the White House, man. How you missed the White House, man? I can't believe you messing around and you missed the White House, man. I done told you you can't be making them mistakes, man. You oversleeping, man. How many times I told you don't be late, man? It was good. was good. It was so classic, Grandpa.
How many? The captain doesn't go with the team. How many players didn't go? Do you know?
Like 3 of us.
There's not too many of you.
Yeah, but you know what? The 3 guys that didn't make it are all guys that should have made it. Let me just say that.
Big parts of the team.
And the guys that didn't that wanted to go didn't get to go.
Yeah, Terrell never got to go. Have you ever been to the White House to this day?
No.
Oh, you earned a visit to the White House.
I should go knock on the door and say, hey, I won, and I don't know if the 90s still y'all like the 90s now, but I'm gonna knock on the door. 1995.
Hey man, listen. You know they got graduate chapters for the Qs and the Kappas and all kind of thing. I'm quite sure you can get a what they call that in golf, a mulligan. I'm quite sure you can get a mulligan black shirt. And
you didn't remember what Coach Osborne told you in college, did you?
What?
We're a team. We're a team. We don't need all that sorority and fraternity stuff. We're a team.
You said you wanted to go.
That's why I never joined a fraternity.
Why?
Coach Osborne, he told us we don't need that. We're a team. And I never joined.
Then what? So then the guys that did join, what was their deal?
I don't know, but I'm just telling you what my coach told me. So I don't have nothing else to do with the other guy does. But when my coach speak, I listen that day.
I'll get you motivated for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Cliff Castoro senior says captain needs to address the team before they take the field in Boulder. Hey, listen, I would love it. I would love it. Let's get a petition or a poll. Send it to Coach Rule. How many people think the captain should talk to the team before we play Colorado? I'm for real, dude, because hopefully they know what they're doing, because they would be so excited about playing football that if they don't know what they're doing, they could go and it could be a lights out for like a half a quarter and then we could go flat. Because sometimes you can get so juiced for a game. I've been there before. You get so juiced for a game that, you know what I'm saying, the hype all the way up to the game was so much that you blew it. You can't handle your business now. Okay? But
you have them coming out to Lil Uzi or somebody. Do.
See, that's how I know you still have kids, because the captain has never listened to Little Uzi, will never listen to Little Uzi, and can't stand Little Uzi Vert.
Well, I tell you what, I don't care who talks before the game. Just give me my
Where is
minute.
he from? Georgia?
No, I don't know. I don't. I listen to the captains, but for a player like me, I got my own little ritual that I do. So
what's your ritual?
I can't tell you that, man. It's still personal to the
You ain't played football in 30 years. You might help somebody.
It's not going to be you. You're not going to steal my pattern and give it to somebody else. So that's not the question.
What can you give us any type of insight to what you're listening to before you get ready to play?
No, it's more visualizing. Like you see something. It's like you think about it, you see it, and it happens. That's what it do. I always been like that. Like I'll probably say I'm gonna score this game. Don't know how.
You walking around with your eyes closed, visualizing.
No, it's really like a dream.
You're like Aaron Rodgers in a dark room.
No, it's like that night before the game, I always wake up, boo, oh my God. Like then it let me know something big's gonna happen. Like when you're doing something in sleep and you just wake up and like, oh man, it's just a dream. No, it's not, because it's gonna happen later on.
It's a premonition.
Yeah. Some people don't think like that. Like you gotta think big to play big. You gotta say, man, I'm finna go out here and do something. Something. And that's the way players should, just don't let it all go. That's if I had a word to give a player, learn your playbook, go full speed, and have fun. Because once you start taking it serious, you took the fun out of football. you know, and you can't take the fun out of football because it's a fun sport.
Yeah.
Forever.
I like that what you said. That is true. You gotta have fun with it, but I'm
Yeah, if
just
you're
telling
not
you.
if you always upset on the field, I know you see you being out there. If you got to get yourself upset to play football, I don't know what's wrong with you then. You know, I mean, I understand.
Well. See. Hold up a minute, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. What is wrong with y'all? Must got CTE. The black shirts must got some type of extra.
I mean,
creative CTE or something.
Yeah, but
Because I don't remember you guys not playing upset. I don't remember that. Maybe that was something new.
I'm playing because I'm ready to kick some butt on the field. You know, I'm playing because that's what I want to do. I'm happy. I want to get that sack. I want to get that first tackle. I want to get 2 sacks. I want to score a touchdown. I mean, if you can't play about knowing that you want to do something big, then you in the wrong sport. And you can't coach that. Can no coach you to make big plays because it gotta happen on your own. You know, they can put you in the right position, but you gotta catch it. You gotta run it. You gotta do certain amount of things to play like you want to play.
Weren't you the guy who just said that when the ref robbed you? I just saw you on tape.
I cussed the referee out.
I sure crazy to the ref.
I sure did. Asked him was he was blind because he had to be.
So were you not upset or not?
I told him to look at the replay. And guess what? We didn't even have
question
replay.
Remains, black shirt. Were you upset?
VJ, hell yes, I was. Who wouldn't be?
Bach, you see? That's what you have in the black shirt. They're unstable. You love them.
I mean,
they go hard, but they are unstable, Bach.
I'm furious at the referee.
At times you gotta get upset.
Yeah,
did you get a personal foul on that one or no?
No.
Did you ever get one for talking?
No. I got only one person foul, and I grabbed somebody's face mask. I'll just say my bad. Hey, it happens.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think, Bach. He's the most mild manner of the black shirt, right? Think about that. Think about this.
I'm the best talker of the black shirts because
think
that's
about this. You the best what?
Talker.
You wasn't no talker.
Okay, you should see what I do to K-State linemen and Florida linemen, and I talk junk to them, and you know, like y'all. See, this the thing. I can't talk to these guys on our offensive line because they're not going to say anything back. You know what I'm saying? That's Nebraska offensive line.
I guess you got a point there.
You can say a lot to them. Hey, you look fat and ugly. Hey, fat boy, what you gonna do? And jump at them. What they ain't even gonna say that. They're just gonna look at you crazy. But when you go say that to another team, you get them out of their element. They jump off sides, they miss their blocks, and it makes more fun for me. And he got to go back to the huddle, and I walked right past him, and I said, I told you. I told you I was going to do you.
Were you a better talker than this guy?
Put them on their ass, Big 8 style, baby. Smash mouth football.
It depends.
Yeah, that could be tough.
It depends because he had to talk to a bunch of linemen. I talked to running backs and everybody, quarterbacks. Yeah. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? On certain things, so
let him know.
Thought you was gonna get away, didn't you? Gotcha. Let me piggyback ride you. Oops. Got that right.
I better get to a couple texts, man, just because. Well, we'll get to some texts after the break. I'll be quiet.
All right, you are listening to the captain here on 93.7 The Ticket, the 3-time national champ, Rashawn Jackson, All-American Terrell Farley, and myself, Bach. We'll get to your text, and we'll round up the show. More sports talk coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, wanting to say Happy New Year and thank you to all of you for your continued support. We have just closed out another outstanding year, and we want to start 2023 off with a bang. The new GMC and Chevrolet inventory continues to roll in, and I'll actually be picking up my 2023 GMC later this month. So with interest rates continuing to climb, Coppell is partnering with General Motors and now offering 2.9% APR on select models. So we invite you to the dealership. Check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Husker Nation, Amy Williams and Nebraska women's basketball needs you February 18th at 1 p.m. as the Huskers take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. We need your help to sell out Pinnacle Bank Arena for the first time ever. For event and ticket information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sadert here, and I want to tell you about my friends at Spine and Sports Chiropractic. I experienced a herniated disc in my lower back a few years ago, and thanks to the folks at Spine and Sports, I got back to feeling 100%. At Spine and Sports, they use the active release technique, which involves the soft tissue and can alleviate headaches, shoulder pain, plantar fasciitis, and more. What I like most about the ART method is that your doctor will construct a plan that fits your needs because the technique is not a cookie-cutter approach. Allow Spine and Sports Chiropractic to help you feel better. Set up your appointment today by giving them a call at 402-261-6841. There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. Ever think of having a career in plumbing or heating? Do you enjoy watching your favorite game in a nice, comfortable space? Taking a shower after a warm day? Well, everyone we serve at Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air sure does. If you're interested in a career in plumbing, heating, and air, come join our team where you'll get paid while training. No experience required. Enjoy great pay and benefits in a friendly environment. Call Biggerstaff Plumbing, Heating, and Air at 402-466-8118 or apply online at biggerstaffs.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The winter storm warning will be in effect this afternoon through tomorrow morning, as snow is expected to move in late in the day. We could see accumulations overnight of 5 to 8 inches. Highs today will be around 30, but temperatures will be falling this afternoon. A low tonight expected of 14, a high tomorrow of around 27. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah. The best part of the day. Especially today. Especially
Why is that, Black Shirt? Why is that?
Ooh, boy, it's gonna be some game playing. I told you. Hey, I seen a man on Call of Duty last night, but I was running with some other people, man. I started to just drop them and get with him, but today is the day that season 2 drops. You can come over one day, BJ. I think if you come over, you won't leave for a couple of hours.
What will we be doing?
Oh, we'll be gaming it up. I'll let you just get on the shooting game first, then I'll get you some Madden.
I thought about this whole thing, right? Like, I don't even want to get on the game. I really want to go to Amon Green's esports class because I know, because I'm green, right? And I haven't played in so long, 18 years. I know that he'd be able to teach me like the buttons. Like, I don't like playing my nephew, right? Because he'd be destroying me, and I'd be like, dude, can we pause it? Can I see how to what's X, what's square, what's O? And he'd just be like, man, come on, let's play. You know what I'm saying? So to go to school, be a greenhorn, I think I'm gonna sign up for Amon Green's class.
Man, that's the weakest.
Do you have a game that you think you could beat the youngins at? Do you have a game you specialized back in the day?
Football. I'm man.
Yeah.
Me and Jay Sims was roommates. Okay, so like on the away games, me and Jay Sims stayed together. We was in the same room, so quite naturally, you know who he was.
See why you was tired. See why you was tired during the game a lot. Yeah, they're playing Tecmo Bowl all night, huh?
Yeah, well, I learned. You know what I learned real quick? That I was never going to be better than Jay Sims. I would never. No matter how many times I play him, there's the meta. Jay Sims knows the meta.
Yeah.
How long did y'all stay up playing that game? On a game night?
On a game night we didn't, because me and Jay Sims was new when we first started getting a chance to play in '95. Me and Jay both knew we didn't have a chance for error. See, you make one mistake, you can find yourself eighth. So we were already like third, number 3B and number 4. So it wasn't no reason for us to be up all night long. And then when you get the call, you ain't ready to go. See, the thing that people knew about us is that Coach Osborne would pull the starters out of the game. And then when us youngsters got a chance to go in the game, brother, we was just as wide open as the guys you just was facing. There was no drop off because of the expectation that we're at war and you're the enemy. And if you're the enemy, we're going to dog you from whistle to whistle. And when you finish, when that last whistle blows, you're going to thank the Most High upstairs that you are done playing Nebraska for at least a year. That's what we did. That's what we did. We made sure that you understood who you mess with. Let me get to some of these text messages since y'all not going to read them. Ron says, come on, Captain. It's your show. Why you always last to arrive?
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
It's called fashionably late, right?
No, well, it's called sometimes you got things you got to do. And I apologize, but I told you 16 minutes. I'm working on it. Okay? I'm a work in progress. Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain. At least I show up. Right? I will show up. Maybe a little tardy, but I will show up. And I'm working on that. Now, if in 5 years, like you gave Callahan, like you gave Riley, like you gave your buddy Scott Frost, if in five years, oh, my bad, in 15 years, if in 15 years I'm still late to the show, fire me.
BJ, you just
fire me.
We were talking about the White House visit you were late to. That was how many years ago? That was 30 years ago.
Hey, listen, man. I didn't say that I was on time. Okay.
No.
What I said was I am still working on being on time. I don't know if it's a curse or what, but I was late coming to the world. Guess how many minutes, Bot?
After your brother?
Yeah.
3 minutes.
No. Keep. How many minutes is probably about average divided by 2 that I'm late?
I thought you just come out when you're ready. Didn't know you was late.
Yeah, I was 16 minutes.
Oh,
brother was out.
So it took you 16 minutes to come out after you.
Yeah, I was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. I finally got rid of that chunk. Get him out of here. Blam. Now it's just me.
Yeah.
And and for them 16 minutes, I felt what it feels like to be by yourself.
And then he got scared.
Yeah. Then I was like, "Hey, bro!" I was yelling, "Hey, bro! What you doing out there?" And because all I could hear him was yelling. So I'm doing to my brother. So you know what I did? I hit the lever. Whoosh! I'm out of here. Pulled the lever. Down the chute. 16 minutes. Here's another guy. All right. Anyway, Bob, you lead the show. What do you got on the show? What you got?
Coming up on the Ticket Water Cooler, Rico is out today. I'm not even sure who my guest host is going to be, but somebody else is going to jump in with me. Kind of plenty to break down here. Again, All-Star Weekend coming up, Parade Day in Kansas City, and just a big visitor recruiting list for March 25th. That's the big day for Nebraska recruiting. So we'll kind of break that down. New hires across the Big Ten. Yeah, lots of stuff coming up. Ticket Water Cooler.
All right, well, I'm not going. You know what? We're gonna ride with you, bro. You know why? You know why we're gonna ride with you?
Why?
Because we're powered
by
Bauer.
That's why.
And he's riding with you, Bob, because I'm not.
Oh.
I've been
You
here
know
for
what?
2 hours.
You know what?
They have a guy for barking out here, VJ.
See,
not gonna see. Look. Don't. See, I'm not gonna feel sad or hurt because Bach. I asked Bach. I said, Bach, well, why you didn't tell me? See, we already had this conversation.
Why he didn't tell you what?
That he needed somebody, and they got a guy for him. So hey,
who's the guy?
Either Austin or Nick is probably going to jump in, but it's not confirmed. We'll see.
Whatever.
Yeah, he got an hour to waste, Bach. You keep him on.
I mean, I'll ride with you the first say, Bach. We might as well just keep it going anyway. Let me keep some of these now. Now, hey, Black Shirt. Yes. Let us know when you gotta go. We'll make sure we say bye to you.
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now. Bye.
You lucky this is a PG show. Let me get some of these texts. How about that, Bob?
Okay.
Let's go. Big Bird says Lucky, Sue, Lyndon Murtha were all in the 2005 class and in the top 10 all-time Husker recruits.
Yeah, we were talking about the best recruiting class of all time for Nebraska, at least as far as the recruiting rankings go. And of course, those didn't really come out properly until the early 2000s. So right in time for you guys in the 90s to get canceled. But yeah, 2005 class, Zachary Bowman was in that class. Some other names that were big at the time didn't turn out, but I mean, yeah. And again, that class particularly paved the way for Bo Pelini to have success. Remember, Bill Callahan, recruiting specialist, didn't win on the field as much, as certainly in his final season. And then Bo took over his players. Bo probably doesn't get enough credit for recruiting himself because he got a lot of those pieces as well. But those were the best teams we've seen, those 2009, 2010 teams, since probably the 01 team.
Yeah, you got a point there. I mean, Bo gets a bad break sometimes, but it is what it is. Dustin says this: Wisconsin fans are bad, but not Colorado beast style. 0486 says if they can beat Minnesota week 1, that'd be a big start. The Minnesota game is more important than Colorado, even from what I've heard. The most people's preference, if you had to pick one of them to win, would be Colorado. Well, yeah. Listen, we got to stop even mentioning Minnesota in this conversation. Okay? I get it.
Well, it's a Big Ten West game.
But I know, but until we think differently, like Minnesota is Minnesota, when we start thinking to ourselves, we shouldn't even be. Do you think if Alabama played Minnesota, that they'll be thinking, oh, we're playing Minnesota?
Well, no.
Well,
That's a 9-win football team. That'd be a big victory for Matt Rule if he can get it.
Hey, buddy, that's the mindset. If you don't get it, you play like that, and then you might come up just short. But if you got that mindset and you get it, bro, you start to understand that mindset is a lot of what comes into sports. Your mindset. Are you thinking positively? Are you already telling yourself you can't get the job done? Or are you telling yourself not only can you get the job done, but you can also go above and beyond the call of duty and do something spectacular?
Well, it's interesting, too, when you talk about mindsets, because we've heard from Kirby Smart and now Travis Kelce, got teams that were on top of the world. Like you said, the Alabamas of the world in their post game after winning national championships, telling everybody nobody believed in us. And so they kind of took the underdog mentality, even though they were not underdogs. The Chiefs, as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, are going to be one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl every year. Georgia was the defending champs. So it's interesting how they use the mindset, but kind of opposite what you're saying. Now, I get what you're saying. You don't want to put Minnesota on a pedestal and act like it's just some, immovable object, because quite frankly, you should have had them beat last year, or could have had them beat. You certainly beat them in the first half. But it is interesting, just the different buttons people push in their own minds for Kansas City to feel like, like a Travis Kelce, feel like nobody believed in us. Like, dude, everybody believed in you. You're like the betting favorite.
Travis Kelce was on that medical marijuana or something, because all I know is if you had to go with 2022, right, and you was playing Madden and you had to pick a team and your life depended on it, who would you pick?
You'd pick the Chiefs probably.
Or who? You got another, 2022, you maybe get away with Buffalo, you might get away with Cincinnati, but would you put Buffalo or Cincinnati over Kansas City Chiefs if your life depended on it last year?
Now, like Amon Green said, as he was pointing out, the fact that they lost Tyreek Hill was big in the video game community, because that was a bit of a cheat code itself. So, I get it. This Chiefs team probably wasn't as good as the previous Chiefs team that won the Super Bowl. And there were some questions, and certainly locally. So, you can rely on doubters. There will be doubters regardless of how well you do, or haters just to try to bring you down and can point out holes in your team. So, I get getting the motivation. It just sounds silly from the outside just a fan of another team, or to be on other teams, or it's like, the Chiefs are the king of the crop. They're at the top of the list as far as teams that aren't doubted. Everybody a shoo-in for the playoffs, in the very least.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs are who we thought they were. They were the best team in football. They got the best quarterback, obviously one of the best coaches. They got the best tight end in the game, and they've got a bunch of guys who are willing to know their role and play their role. And when you've got that, and you mix that in with great special teams play like they got in their punt return game, you've got a team that's going to be tough to beat. If they can find a way to keep that team together, they're going to be tough to beat for years to come. Again, like I said before, Tariq who? You know what he did? He had a chance, and he may be all pro, right?
Yeah.
But he had a chance to go down as legendary. I'm telling you. And now, because he's at Miami and probably will never, ever, I don't know if he's going to win a playoff game again. Sorry, Jake Sorensen, but I'm just saying. It's just some guys, to me, they need to stop being greedy, right? And ride the wave, man. Get paid. You're talking, I think he left and went to Miami over like $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Now, on one end, that's a lot of money. But what's the difference between 22 and 24, right? I get it. It's $2 million, but my point is it's a lot of money. $20 million is a lot of money. Hold on before you hit the button. Let me get to a couple of these. 5166 says 1986, got hit in the head with the beer bottle at Folsom Field, eye-opener for a 15-year-old kid. Like I said before, that's the Colorado fans I remember. And I'm not saying go be nasty to them, still be respectful. 1069 says this: the black shirt gonna have primetime T-shirt under his Skurs jersey at the game. He better not. Tommy says this: Cap sounds like a chicken. Bok, 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 bok. Why? Why?
I don't know.
Oh, he says, he says, who didn't Terrell get a lick on? His stamp is on everyone. I'm leaving Team Cap and joining Iron Farley.
Huh. He's on team.
Arriva Dolce, a sayonara, a see you later, a holler at your boy, Tommy.
Hey, we're not supposed to split up the members of the captain to be going at each other. Disagreements happen from time to time, but
listen, this is just TV. We're just or radio, so we're just action. It's action. We're not getting paid. We're not getting paid to go out there and perform in front of the country. We're going to get paid to talk about it. All right. So Henry says this. Terrell, you signed my cast as a kid at Fan Day. Really?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Come on, Henry. I'm signing something else as a grown man day. Thunder VJK Cash Collins says, best part of the Callahan era was us beating Colorado so bad the student section got the boot. Not some, the entire section. Boy, they was clowning.
Restore the order. I remember that one.
Right? Willie says, I'm in. I'll bring the goods. Willie, be paying attention, man, because we're gonna do that. Robbie in Iowa says, I went in on that trip. LOL. I'm used to being in enemy territory every day of my life here where I live in Iowa. 6298 says, let's tip all their buses. Practice up. Tyler 84 says, been asking Ralph for a while. Hopefully he's all good. He's been asking about Ralph Brown. Ryan J says, don't poke the bear. Just don't. He tried to give me a Snickers earlier, too. Scott says this. Well, I got to go all the way back up to Scott because I don't think I got none. Hold up. Let me go all the way up. Scott went all the way absolutely nuts. This is him all between 11 and 12. Call the equipment manager and get us all the used Nebraska football helmets we can for all the visitors. Here we come, Colorado. Terrell got Colorado's keys to their car. Man down. Photo on your way. Make sure you bring your cigars, boys, for a little dipping. AD did, LOL. Terrell, whatever your dad Tom says goes. Turn on the lights. Off, guys. Gotta give Aaron some respect. Turn the lights off, guys?
I don't know.
Gotta give Aaron some respect. See, that's what happened when y'all text me all that and I don't get a chance to get to him. Bill and Bidden says, would you say the prayer to him, VJ? Need to hear the Husker prayer today. Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for chances fair.
We're after our chances fair.
Chance to equal our stripes.
Chance to equal all your stripes.
Chance to do or dare.
Chance to do or dare.
If we win.
If we win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
With our faith and honor held high.
With our faith and honor held high.
If we lose.
If we lose.
We stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
And cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
But day by day.
Day by day.
We're getting better and better.
Getting better and better.
We can't be beat.
I can't be beat.
Won't be beat.
Oh, good.
All right, Mountain South says this, and we're almost done. Okay. Oh my God, I thought we were almost done. Mountain South says this. T. Farley, what's the most kills you've gotten in the Warzone game? You won't know until tomorrow. Mississippi Mud Dog says this. VJ, do you know Miss Mary? J. Sims Mary? I think so. Sounds familiar. It's been a long time ago and a lot of hits ago. Nala says, I met Jay Sims a long time ago. Anytime I have a question on gaming, I hit up Sims. Because he is the meta of gaming. Craig says this. Craig, here we go again. Here we go again. Oh my God. Are you looking at this book?
Yeah.
Are you looking at this book?
Yep.
He goes all the way back from 10 o'clock. He said, now that would be make an amazing show. VJ on Gilligan's Island. Yeah, I'm done with you, Craig. Nothing. Martha wasn't in that class, whoever that was. Chase B says, but VJ, we haven't beaten Minnesota in 2 years. I don't care. Okay? I'm only reading your last one. So if you hit a bunch, I can't get it because I don't want to eat up all the box time here. Guilt Nerd says this. We need to set the tone for the Big Ten West. Minnesota is bigger game than Colorado. Again, I didn't say look past Minnesota. I put Colorado in their place because the black shirt wanted to bring up Deion Sanders. Okay? So at that moment, Minnesota is not a bigger game than Colorado to me. Okay? Nobody's talking about row your boat. Nobody's talking about their coach. They're talking about Deion. What class did Minnesota recruit?
30 something, 37.
Yeah, exactly. My point.
Yeah.
Nebraska beat them and Colorado beat them. Two teams that was in the gutter. Eric, watch your mouth. Just watch your mouth, Eric. How about that? You just watch your mouth. And you know what, Eric? I done told you 1,000 times, Mr. Eric. You keep on popping off, you're going to be in doghouse, buddy. You won't get to say a word on text line. Now you keep that up, and then the same word that you use, you can have that. You probably can write that down on a chalkboard 1,000 times. Okay? Because that's what you're being. So if you want me to read your little that word text message, then you be nice. Okay? Bach, you understand? Josh from Dorchester, thank you. He says VJ is a work in progress. He will get there when he gets there. Jesse says, hey, Captain, one game at a time. Minnesota is our next opponent. I got it. Florida Plus, the landscaper says Florida Plus doesn't have income tax down there for Tariq Hill combo. I get it. I know he makes more money. What's for lunch today?
I don't know. We don't have lunch today.
Oh, Thunder Not Collins, did I just hear someone try to take my name? Hell nah. Yeah, they got you, bro. 1069 says, go Big Red. Eric says, wrong Eric. So it's two of you goddamn haters out there that's named Eric. Now, I want to know, who is it? It's two Erics, but you need to change your name, Eric. I need to know. Last time, Mississippi Mud Dog says, I'm going to tell Miss Mary you're talking about Jay on the radio. Shout out to Jay Sims, man. I heard he had, he's doing better. But hey, man, shout out to you, Jay. If you out there, buddy, the captain loves you. I missed our convos, and hopefully we'll catch up soon. So shout out to Jay Sims. Bob, I think I'm signing off.
All right, that's all right.
You gonna be all right, or you need me?
Oh, you're all right. I'll go grab somebody out of the hallway.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we should be.
I got
good.
a segment in me. If you need me, you text me, okay?
All right.
Okay, buddy. You can go ahead and you can go ahead and end the show, okay?
All right, we're into the show. That'll wrap it up for the captain. We'll be back with the Ticket Water Cooler coming up next. Captain, back tomorrow.